Shalom. This is Zaryah Ben Yasharallah down in the Lions Den camp. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Father, and to the Son, and the Paleo Hebrew tongue. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Rachak, Wadash, Ma'amath. A double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who rule well and teach well. A double honor to my elder apostle as well, down here in the Lions Den camp. Ahar one Ben Yasharallah. And a sincere to water to the Akim, the Akwatim and the Bunyim, the brothers, the sisters, and the children who are pushing the truth and believe it with sincerity, the water, and Shalom. This is a quick lesson. I'm going to make it too long. And America talking reckless, once again, like they always do. Esau being Esau, his haughtiness. Venezuela doesn't stand a chance against the USS Gerald R. Ford. All right, and I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'll just read like a few things, and I'm gonna put a link in the description of the video. But the Trump administration has deployed the USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's most advanced aircraft carrier, to the Caribbean Sea in a show of force designed to impress Venezuela's Maduro regime. The Ford's presence immediately elevates the U.S. to the dominant power in the region, unrivaled in any meaningful capacity. But that being said, it's worth asking, is there any practical way that Venezuela could harm the 13 billion Ford? The short and long answer is no. There is no weapon in Venezuela's inventory that could reliably do damage to the Ford, and many weapons in the Ford's inventory that could do the reverse. This is the haughtiness of Esau, the United States, and just a straight up heathen. All right, a brute beast. All right. I'm gonna read another part. It says, could Venezuela destroy the Ford from the air? No. Venezuela could not destroy the Ford from the air. Venezuela has one of South America's more capable air forces, although that's a low bar. Currently, Venezuela fields a fleet of aging F-16A. Just the way and the manner that they're speaking, that's a low bar. A fleet of aging F-16ABs with 40-year-old tech, Su-30 Mk2 flankers with 20-year-old tech, limited AWACSs or sensor support, and limited radar coverage over open water. And they're pretty much just dogging Venezuela this whole article. All right. Well, Venezuela, well, that's the Northern Kingdom. I forget which tribe that is. But just going in on them. Just find them up and down, bro. Find up and down. So let me get to listen. So this is Isaiah chapter 31, verse 30. It's like chapter 31, verse 1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. So 2/3 of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who go down to Egypt for help, who are in a line with the mandates, wink wink, with the mandates of this American government, with the with the agenda of the American government, as well as the military, Esau, the government itself. All right, because they are putting trust in their chariots, as we see from this article, talking all kinds of smack about Venezuela. All right, it's crazy. I was reading this article and it was just crazy, like the way they talking about it. Dang, I need to breathe, calm down, I'm getting excited and everything. But it's insane the way that they're talking about Venezuela as if they have no part. They have no stone to throw at them, I'll say. All right. Start back at the top. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on the horses and trust in chariots. And America is putting so much trust in this one little chariot. And there's one little chariot, the USS Gerald R. Ford. It's crazy because there are many, right? And it's not like they have a fleet of these apparently untouchable and indestructible, ships. They just got this one, $13 billion. All right, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Khan. All right, uh, these individuals don't look unto the Lord. All right, there might be some individuals on that ship that may or may not, pray to the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but if they on that ship, hey, it is what it is. It's up. Think my next scripture. This is Slakia. 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 46. It says, "This day will the Lord deliver." And this is David speaking to Goliath, the Philistine, when he was about to fight him. It says, "This day the Lord will deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee and take thine head from thee," which he did. "And I will give the carcass of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth. And all the earth may know that there is a power in Israel, that there is a God in Israel. And all this assembly shall know that the Lord saveth not with sword and spear," all right, or ship or chariot, all right. No weapon formed against thee shall prosper. All right. "For the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hands." And that was David speaking to Goliath the Philistine, when he said, "For the battle is the Lord's," right? All wars, all fights, all skirmishes, all right, are of the Lord ultimately. All right. And just because you have a $13 billion USS USS Ford, doesn't mean that you're gonna impose your will upon somebody. Because ultimately the battle is the Lord's. For the battle is the Lord's, ultimately. All right. So we have to make sure that we're keeping this on the forefront of our mind when more hell is placed upon this place, is put upon this place by Esau here in America. All right, when they start showing stuff like this towards the American people, because right now Trump and the administration, the government, they're doing it to Venezuela, and pretty soon all of that military tech and all that pride and arrogance and haughtiness is going to get turned on to the civilians here in America. All right. All right. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 31. "The horse is prepared against the day of battle." Right. And that's what they're doing. They're preparing their horse. All right. "But safety is of the Lord." Right. Because when they saying the same thing about Titanic, look what happened. They was talking all that mess about the Titanic. And then look what happened. They talking all this noise about this $13 billion USS Gerald R. And they could hit an iceberg. I mean, "The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord." I mean, hey, enough said, man. Enough said. I'm gonna get my last scripture. It's Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Jehovah, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm." And that's what Esau does, and 2/3 of our people who are in tune, in line with the agenda of America. "Maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord." Right, the Esau, the military, the government of America, the administration of Trump himself, all right, they depart so far from the Lord. All right, verse 6, for he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land and not inhabited. Verse 7 is the point. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord. And it's like the main point was in 5, but I also want to read verse 7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord, in whose hope the Lord is. All right, not stocking up weapons, not stocking up food. All right, not buying gold and silver. You know, of course, all those things are cool. You know, all those things are recreational. You know, but at the same time, as far as salvation of the soul, as far as getting out of the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, getting out of the judgment of the Lord, that's not going to save you. Ultimately, you have to have fear of the Lord, so that way you can be awakened to his knowledge, his statutes, his commandments, his wisdom. So that way, you know, you could put more hope and more faith into the Lord himself. All right. So I pray and hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom.